Okay, first off, give Syracuse credit. Hit some, Gerard just got to give him credit. Hit some big shots, tough shots. A couple times where I thought we defended really well and just, and the biggest part of the game was we went cold at the end of the first half there. I think it was 14-0 run, if I'm not mistaken, or something in that midst. We started out great. Our starts have been outstanding during this, stretch. We haven't been able to maintain the 40 minutes, so whether it's the end of the first half, start of the second half, that's been the stretch where we just struggle. And then we make a great comeback, and then we just kind of a little bit fall off the cliff a little bit. We needed more out of some of those, two things, a combination. I love that we had 20 assists on 25 made field goals. That's an outstanding stat, but 16 turnovers is too much. I felt, we didn't, when we got the ball in the middle, we really needed Jalen to play at a high level today. I thought early he started out well, then as the game progressed, maybe the foul trouble, whatever, we didn't get as much from him. And for us to, I have just total confidence in him in the middle there and his ability to make the right decisions. And there were some other times where our guards did not get the ball to the middle when the middle was open. We were holding it too much. We talk about 0.5 mentality, man. In 0.5, you got to move the ball. And I felt a couple of guys it was sticking a little too much, but we had some great looks again in some certain times, and just unfortunately didn't score them.
You talked about, getting off to another good start. How much did that press that they put on change the tempo?
I thought the press changed the tempo in a sense that we scored on it, and then the other times when we had layups, we try to pass it. I mean, we just got to score the ball. We scored the first time or two, and then a couple times they kept pressing, and we should have had the opportunity to get layups, and we had layups, and we're trying to play in this margin of instead of just score the ball, just score it, shoot it. If we miss it, we miss it, but you just can't turn over. We need points. We got to get to 70. And today we were at 63, and a lot of that was because of the turnovers and some of those turnovers early in that first half part, not early, but in that midsection of the first half, because we're trying to thread the needle and play in such a tight margin.
I believe this is the worst start in 8 years for Georgia Tech since the 14-15 season. Start 1-9. Just kind of what is your message now to the team?
Is it 1-8 or 1-9?
We were 1-8. It was 1-9 in 14-15. They won 3 games that year. Just kind of what is your message? I mean, Syracuse fans kind of took over half the arena or more today. Like it was not a great picture optically for everyone. Just kind of what is your message to, I guess, everyone as they're watching the team struggle right now?
Well, losing's no fun, and our guys are giving their maximum effort. We just, there's some stretches there where we're not scoring the ball, and just not putting the ball in the basket. Like I said, we got to get to 70. Look, I understand losing stinks. Losing's no fun. Our results to this point aren't acceptable. I sure don't, find them acceptable. And I know our fans don't either. And so the only way, as I said last time, the only way we're going to win the crowd back is we got to start winning games. As I also mentioned, since I've been my time here in all 7 years, it's been like that for a while at Georgia Tech, even going back to Coach Gregory or Coach Hewitt, where just because of the alumni fan base, a lot of times on opposing teams in the ACC, they're going to have, people in the crowd. That's nothing about this year. That being said, the frustration of the fans, the disappointment from them is they have every right to be disappointed and frustrated because we're not winning, and we're not getting it done, and we got to win. And to win the crowd, you got to win games. There's not an issue with our effort. It's the issue is we're just not, making shots where we need to make shots and going on scoring droughts. We're not getting to 70, Kelly, as I mentioned. So, basketball's a funny game. Virginia Tech last year was 2-7 or 2-8, something like that, and they ended up winning the ACC championship. So, sports, you just got to get hot. You got to get a win. Got to break through the barrier, as I mentioned. And but as I mentioned, I understand every single fan's frustration, disappointment, and they have every right to be, because the results are not acceptable.
Syracuse had 44 points in the paint. Do you think teams are looking at your games and understanding that you don't have that guy that you used to have in the past to deny shots, that type of thing, change shots?
Not having a shot blocker has really, not having that shot blocker as we had the first 5 years. I mean, first 5 years we had our center was first team all defense every year. We were an elite shot blocking team. Unfortunately, these last 2 years we just haven't had that, and that's our guys are they're battling and doing the best they can. It's just part of shot blocking is the timing and having that instinct to do it, and so we'll just have to continue to get better at that. But I know our guys are leaving everything they have on the floor. Rod, there's things that maybe there's some limitations, and we've just got to be able to continue to get better, and we've got to get to 70. You got to score in this league. You got to get to 70, and I'm just telling you that's the biggest issue is the scoring droughts that we're going through.
Not to belabor the point, Coach, you got 21 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. Is a hot start. The press comes. If you miss a few, is it like a team confidence thing that falls off all of a sudden? I guess you've racked your brain on this.
Yeah, no, last night, this morning, I showed every single made shot that we shot from this entire every made three. I had the guys watch it, and I thought, okay, man, because we did start out, we started great. Our starts have been great in every game. That hasn't been the problem. The problem has been that middle or ending. There's about a 2-3 minute segment where we just kind of fall off the cliff, where it floods, as I like to say. It just doesn't drip. It just floods, and we just get stuck where we can't score again. And I was just literally just discussing that with the staff before I came up here. Like, we're trying every solution you can think of to try to do that. Now, obviously, not having Lance today hurts, but you're just trying to think of every solution that you can think of to stop those droughts, and you're doing everything that you can. And that's why when we have those opportunities of open shots and they don't go in, I feel it inside, because I know that's been an issue of ours, is those scoring droughts.
Josh, you've seen Joe Girard play a lot over his course of his Syracuse career.
Is he a fifth year or fourth year?
He's a fourth year.
Yeah, geez.
How has his game evolved from being, he was generally just a straight shooter, and now what he did today? Can you tell me a little about?
I thought he hit some really tough shots today. He was a difference in the game just on the tough shots that he made, and the 16 turnovers, those two things. But Girard's a really good player. He's playing like an all-conference guy, first or second team all-conference. And he's a tough shot maker, and he's really good. And, probably in the years past, they've had other guys where now Girard's got to be the guy. And to his credit, he's producing and stepping up as the guy and making big-time shots.
It seems like in the past you had, whether it's Josh Okogie or Jose, these guys with this kind of killer instinct that wanted to win as badly as you do, like every possession wanted to win. And it seems like the last 2 years you haven't really had that guy that can take over a game, go get you a tough bucket, can get in guys' faces, and
like
has
Girard?
that mentality. Yeah, like a killer. Like the lack of a better term, a killer, like that goes out and can take over a game, and you just don't have that now. How do you figure that out? I imagine as a coach that's as frustrating as anything is you just don't have that guy to go get you your bucket when you need it.
We've got what I would tell you is I'm really proud of our young men. I know this doesn't help with anything because we're going to be judged on the scoreboard. That's why you play sports. But we do have a good group of guys. maybe they're too nice, but we got a great group of guys. I mean, we got good guys who do things the right way and who are a joy to coach. I love coaching the guys. And Kelly, losing's hard for everybody. Listen, I know how hard it is for the fans and upset they get. I get it, and they have every right, and deservedly so, to be upset. But it's hard on the players too. Obviously it's hard on me and the staff, but to their credit, the guys, they have fought. They've tried to fight every single possession. We just, there's our margin for error is very slim to none, probably none, and so it just makes it really hard. And so when you go in those droughts, and so we might not have that type of mentality, as you mentioned, on our team from this year or last year, and we've had that, but we don't have it right now or last year. But that doesn't take away from our guys, who they are as young men. We got really good guys, high character guys. They do a great job in every avenue. It's just right now, sometimes when you need that bucket, we don't maybe have a guy that can just go get that bucket for us. You got to manufacture that through no margin for error, or possibly even just making sure through your getting a stop defensively and getting in transition. But our guys are giving everything they have, Kelly. I truly believe that. They're giving everything the best they can on the effort, and we just, Kelly, got to break through the barrier and get a win. We just need to get a win, and then hopefully from there, as you know, we discussed this yesterday, in sports, all of a sudden you win 6 of 7, 7 of 8, 4 in a row, but you can't do any of that until you got to get one. You got to get one. We just got to get over that hump.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks everybody.